I mean, it's a paradigm shift. What I've been saying is that, the shadow war between Israel and Iran is now out in the open. But given that, Iran did it in a very calibrated way, sending these slow drones, hours and hours flying from Iran to Israel, giving plenty of time for the Israelis and the United States and others to prepare. I mean, even the Jordanians shot down a bunch of these drones as they went over Jordanian airspace. Thank God no one was killed. It doesn't appear that there was very much damage. So it was kind of performative. But it was nevertheless a paradigm shift because it was a direct Iranian retaliation on Israel for Israeli attacks on Iranians. I think we have to remember that Israel has been killing Iranian officials, senior officials, for a very long time, going back to 2010 when the Israelis started assassinating Iranian nuclear scientists on Iranian soil. Iran did not respond in this way. On Christmas Day of last year, another senior Iranian general was killed in Syria, not in a diplomatic compound, but in Damascus. And there was a lot of criticism of Ayatollah Khamenei, the supreme leader of Iran, for not retaliating directly against Israel, suggesting that Iran was simply allowing the Israelis to pick off its generals one by one. So I think there was enormous pressure. And when the Israelis attacked a building next to the Iranian embassy in Damascus, part of a diplomatic compound in Damascus, and killed 7 Iranian IRGC officers, including 2 very senior generals on April the 1st. I think that was the proverbial straw. And the regime in Iran felt that it had to do something more than just have Hezbollah unleash a bunch of rockets on the north of Israel.
This was a spectacular but not a fatal attack, which is very similar to what Iran did in the aftermath of US killing General Soleimani in 2020 in Baghdad. Iran also attacked US bases in Iraq with a barrage of ballistic missiles that resulted in no fatalities. In both cases, Iran has demonstrated that it has an appetite for risk, but it doesn't have an appetite for too much risk. It wanted to impose a cost on the other side without necessarily triggering a broader escalation and an all-out confrontation in 2020, of course, against the United States and now against Israel. But I think in the process, Iran has also damaged its own deterrence because it has demonstrated that it's not able to push back against US and Israel at the same level. Even if this episode of tit for tat is contained right now to where it is, and both sides manage to draw a line under it, it doesn't mean that we're out of the woods. Because, again, as long as the war in Gaza continues, if there is an invasion of Rafah, if the humanitarian situation in Gaza exacerbates, if Israel becomes more brazen in attacking Iranian assets or goes all the way to targeting Iran on its own soil, if Iran then takes the lesson from what it has done yesterday, that this attack was basically cost-free for it, and it can target Israel on its own soil and get away with it, then we will end up in a situation that it's just a matter of time before all sides will end up in an all-out catastrophic regional war that will have no winners.